driven to win. I am driven. I am driven to win. No matter what has came up against me, I will take a stand. I will believe in who I was created to be. See, the world tried to take me out, but God said I got a plan and a purpose for your life. So now I must fight. I must continue to win. No matter what I come up against, I defy all odds. I change my narrative because I have the power to win. I am driven. I am driven by purpose. I am driven. Sisters and brothers, kings and queens, stand up and fight. Never lose sight of what's in front of you because you have so much work to do. Stand up and say, I am driven. I am driven. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. To God be the glory. I want to thank God for life, joy, peace, hope, his promise, for him being a way maker, a problem solver, and all that we need, and so much more. Thank you for tuning in to the Nicole Show with your host, Nicole. Listen, I am your host with the most, coming straight out of Michigan. Oh, well, formerly Michigan. I am now residing in the great state of Texas. So here at the Nicole Show, everyone is welcome. Just come as you are. Be yourself. Be open. Be transparent. And know that the world is waiting on you to tell your story, promote your brand, or for you to just show up as yourself each and every day. So again, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I want to send a huge shout out to my sponsors, to my friend, and to my family, the licmc.net radio family. Listen, I'm excited to be here today. So before we get started, make sure you like our YouTube channel. It is driven by purpose. That is driven by purpose. Also, not only that, make sure you like the LICMC family page, and make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. We are here to support you, serve you in any capacity that we can. There's some things that we cannot do, so we won't do those things. But the things that we can, we will make sure we support you guys. So I have a special guest all the way from Michigan. When I tell you she's amazing, she is doing great things. So grab your teacups, grab your cups, grab whatever you need to stay hydrated throughout this process. I'm so lucky to have her here all the way from Michigan. But listen, when I tell y'all, you guys are in for a treat. She offers so many different services, so many different things that she does. I'm not going to tell you all her story. I'm going to let her tell it because I can tell you who she is and what she does, but that's not my job. I want you guys to hear it directly from her. So please be so kind to welcome my sister from another mister, Dayna, all the way from Michigan.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Dayna, how are you on this wonderful morning?
I'm wonderful. I'm doing so good, and I'm glad to be here. Welcome, everybody tuning in. I love this platform that you're creating and all the empowerment that you're doing, and I'm just grateful to be here, honored and grateful to be here.
I'm so happy. Listen, you were supposed to be on the show last month, but due to technology, some things happen. And I'm like, I got to bring her back next month because she's amazing and the world needs to know who you are.
Yes, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for being here. So can you please tell our viewers and my audience who you are and where you are from?
Absolutely, absolutely. So my name is Dayna. You can find me at pretty much all the socials, Dayna at Oily Hair Boss. And so, which takes you a little bit into my story. My company and my brand is Lady Day LLC. I founded this about, now it's going on 6 or 7 years ago. For me, I came from the beauty industry. So skincare, hair care, makeup, all of the things, that's my jam. But originally I really was very interested in like human anatomy, the structure of body. And when I looked at skin, I wanted to know why things were the way they are. The way my brain kind of operates, I look at something and I want to know how can I make that better? right? So like even last night, I needed a vegan sour cream. I couldn't find it in the store. I said, I'm going to make me some vegan sour cream. How do you make it, right? So that's just kind of a little bit about me, because my brain is always asking the why. I feel like we unfortunately have developed a society that just conforms to whatever is presented to it. And I really, really, at my core, has always been that person that asks the questions. I want to know how things work, why they work. Can we do this better? How can we improve it? So that's really where all the pieces of my different business come into play, because I almost call myself more of a problem solver. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm that type of person that's looking at a situation is like, how can we make this better for you? How can we improve this for whether it's your mental, your spiritual, your emotional, financial? Because can we please talk about and stop when it comes to finances, making it a taboo thing that people get so nervous or scared to talk about? Well, money is for protection, right? If it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
for money, right, there's a lot of things that wouldn't flow. And I love the quote, money in the hands of good people can do great things. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about really impacting, bringing awareness, and helping people to hone in what kind of their skills and their different levels of where they should be. I love seeing the potential of what someone can be, not necessarily where they are at the moment.
You know something, Dana, that is so important because of the simple fact. I'm glad you brought that up. Like many people, like myself, a small business owner, somebody that has been jobless for a very long time, that's trying to figure out like how to monetize on their business without trying to lose, like that. Oh, I can't do it. I can't charge people for it. So, like, do you have something to say to that when people be like, okay, I don't want to charge, but I need to charge because this is not a hobby. This is actual a business, because you just touched on it a little bit. So do you like to go deeper into that for me, please?
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. So the first thing that I will say is sometimes people get to this space where they feel like they need to make an adjustment when it comes to pricing or come to certain things. But I would push back on that, because sometimes you just might not have found your right audience yet. That
Mhm.
doesn't mean that they're not out there. They might just not have found you yet. I'm also very much a numbers person. So statistically, when it comes to small businesses, usually they fail, like
Mhm.
fail, not profitable for the first 3 to 5 years, right?
Mhm.
That's something people in the entrepreneur space don't talk about, right? They're
Right.
not making any money. Okay. So one of the suggestions that sometimes I will give people that I'm mentoring is, it might be okay to say, I need to pick up something to funnel it back to my business until I build to find the right audience. Because
Mhm.
sometimes your right audience, unfortunately, might be you have to go invest in, depending on your business, a health club that would be at a higher price point, where people are spending that type of money, right?
Mhm.
Or you might need to be a part of a social networking connection where there's a caliber of the people that you're looking for. This is where they hang out. Most of the time, people want to shop and they want to hire people that are hanging out with them, not
Mm.
just. And when they see them on that same level, they're willing to spend that money. The thing that I see a lot of people do is then they start discounting themselves, or then they start offering all of these deals that actually downplay their gift. It downplays the beauty of what they have to offer. Now, I do think you should have multiple offers, right? So maybe this is your highest ticket offer, then you have kind of a middle offer, and then you have a baseline offer. But either way, do not do not sell yourself short just because you're trying to eat. A lot
Mm.
of times, because we're in survival mode, right, we want to, well, I can get that quick buck here. But if that's the precedent that you start in your business, unfortunately, that's what your audience is going to expect, because they're going to be like, well, she's always discounting, so just wait for a discount. Just don't buy
Mhm.
it now. Just wait till she discounts it because it's coming, right? Because she's
Mhm.
going to get desperate because she got to eat. I would rather take funds and money from something else just to eat and
Mhm. Right.
keep building my business the way my business needs to build. Keep
Mhm.
building my business the way it needs to build. I'm very, very into multiple streams. I feel
Mhm.
like don't put all your eggs in one basket, not because it's not going to be successful, but sometimes you just need that one thing to fund the other thing that you're doing. So for example, I'll just kind of tell a little bit of my story. So for me, along with my marketing and my mentorship that I do with small businesses, I'm also a brand partner with Young Living. And
Mhm.
I use that to leverage, right, my other businesses and funnel what I want to do. And even some of the play stuff, I want to write more books. I want to do some more of those things, but all of those things take marketing, promoting, and money, right?
Yes.
So get really good foundation with one of those things and then funnel it in, but do not sell yourself short. That is the biggest thing I hope everybody hears. Don't discount just because somebody else is telling you it's too expensive. You might just be in the wrong circle.
Listen, you touched on so much, and I'm just so intrigued by what you are saying. And that's this the good thing about my show. I don't want to cut nobody off from saying good things because you are dropping so many jewels and so many diamonds. So I'm hoping that our entrepreneurs that are just starting off, you need to connect to Dayna. Then you just hear what she says she does. She's a mentor. She's going to help you market your business. She will teach you how to do it because she hosts. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, but she's going to tell you she hosts just different things that you need to know more about. So, Dayna, can we talk about that? I love the information you gave because I'm sitting here listening and just soaking it all up, and I can't wait to talk to you after we are done because I love what you are doing. I love how you are delivering your message as well. And girl, thank you for just being transparent, honest, and just open to just tell people the truth
Yes.
because they need to hear it today more than ever. So can you tell us about the other things you do within your business?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm big on events. So one of the things that I do, particular with my marketing business, so every quarter I host a workshop that is called Let's Get Social Workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop that I talk a little bit more specific to marketing strategy and especially social media. What I find a lot with most small businesses is they don't have time to be maintaining social media the way they want to maintain it.
Mhm.
But right now, that's where eyes are. Right now, video content, reels, social media, getting on there and converting the numbers that actually count, that's where your focus should be. And so I like to teach because each quarter there's going to be a different focus. And
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like we market the same each season, but each season is a little different. So right now we're in Q2. So in Q2, you have it's going to end with June where kids are going to be done with school. You're going to have where tax time just happened. So some people have a little extra money, right? So this is pitch time. This is when you should be offering your money makers what's going to sustain you throughout the year because you can still grab people's attention. Once you get into Q3, people are going on summer vacation. They got to figure out money for their kids' camps. They got to allocate money to certain different things. So if you can catch them now, that's going to be a baseline for your business that's going to be so much stronger. So that's one thing that I love, love, love doing. The other big thing that I know a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is networking.
Mhm.
Networking. My biggest advice, anytime you can get in a room with other people that are of a mindset of you, do it. Whether that's online, whether that's in person, get with your community and find people because what happens, especially at least, and I can only speak for myself, most
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, we come from this space of we were groomed by schools to teach us um, how to be a 9 to 5 worker, right? So we were taught to wake up at a certain time, sit down, sit at a desk, do this work. Then once you've done that 8 hours of work, then you get results, right? You get a check. So whether that's every 2 weeks, every week, you're going to get money. So you do this work, you get paid. That's not how entrepreneurship works. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you're putting in work, and you're not seeing the immediate results. But the difference between entrepreneurship is once that stuff manifests, it's like pushing a boulder up a hill. Once you get to that top of the hill, everything starts rolling down. But the problem is most people don't keep pushing. They're like, this is hard. This is hard. I'm used to that instant gratification. I'm used to getting that money right away. So when you can put yourself in the room with other people that are at different places in that journey, maybe their cash flow is going, or maybe they're at the top of that mountain and they've been through a lot of those struggles that you have, and you can have those conversations, that's when your mindset is going to be focused on where it needs to be, because your mind is now being fed by other successful people. A lot of times I see entrepreneurs take advice from people that aren't doing what they're trying to do, right? So if I'm listening to, Auntie May, who worked at a plant all of her life, telling me how to make an income as an entrepreneur with all her best intentions, she can't teach me what she ain't done, right? So we want to listen to the advice of people that haven't done it. And so my biggest thing is get in the room, network. I would actually make networking an investment that you do. I would take a portion of any of your income and I would have a fund just for networking and connecting with other like-minded people. So I host locally in the Detroit, Michigan area, monthly networking events where I invite people to come. I invite them, all are welcome. They're child-friendly events. So I know for me, sometimes that would be an excuse. Bring your kids, do whatever you need to be in that room with other people you can network with.
Listen, y'all better tap into Dayna, because I'm telling you, she is on to something. And I've only known Dayna personally for a little while, but I love what she's doing. And she's helping to change the lives of not only herself or her family, but those that are in her community. She has given me some great tips, and I'm learning and I'm building and I'm growing. And I love the fact that she has that information for you guys. So, or not just for you, for me too. So, Dayna, you said your name is Dayna, or they can find you at the Oily Hair Boss. So, can you go into talk more about what that means? Like, how did you come up with that name, and what do you do with that in that area? Okay.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, names are super important to me. Names are super important. I recently did an event where I spoke and I talk about names. So my first name is Dayna with a Y. Make sure you put the Y in there. Oily Hair Boss came about because as I was coming to my own and really learning who I was, I realized I didn't understand like my natural hair. I didn't understand who really I was. And it was really my daughter that kind of like opened my eyes to some of those things. And I started my natural hair journey. And on my natural hair journey, what I realized is that a lot of the things that were targeted to our demographics were just toxic. They were known carcinogenics in these products. And for me, I started a movement of awareness. And so that's one of the big education pieces I like to share with people. So I have written a book. It's called Kinky Locks. And it's a DIY hair book for natural hair. And it brings more awareness around the chemicals, the toxins, and the many things that we're exposed to through hair care. And because I'm educating and want to be in that mentorship space, of course, it's Oily Hair Boss. So that's really where that name came from. And one of the things I talk about with my marketing clients is your name, you should be streamlined everywhere. It should be easy to find you. So that's why any socials, just type in Dayna Oily Hair Boss, whether it's Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. If you type in that one thing, that's all you got to remember, Dayna Oily Hair Boss, you'll be able to find me.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, because You just taught me something. That's what I need to be doing. T Nicole, I need to do all of that. Everything, you should be able to find me under T Nicole.
Yep.
So thank you for that information. So guys, y'all better take notes and make sure you inbox her. Make sure you tweet her. Make sure you text her. However you can connect to her. So Dayna, can you let our viewers know how they can connect to you?
Yes, yes. So definitely reach out. Again, any of those social platforms, I am very, very active in my DMs. So don't ever hesitate to reach out. If I don't get to you right away, it's because I'm probably homeschooling my kids. Give me a minute, I will get back. You can also find me my website, dnawellnessco.com, or you can email me ladyday.llc@gmail.com. So any of those different platforms, any of those different spaces, you can go ahead and find me, connect with me. But I would love, love, love to continue this relationship. Let's be friends more than just on here.
Y'all hear that? She said, let's be friends. And we're going to make sure we have all that information posted so that way you can connect to her so you won't have to be out here without knowing who Miss Dayna is, because Dayna is amazing and I need for you to connect to her. So is there anything else you would like to tell our viewers? Because listen, we still got some couple minutes for you and I want to make sure you get all the information out, because you mentioned something about being a brand partner for Young Living. Can you talk more about Young Living for us?
Look, I get it all.
Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna have to go grab mine because I actually got some too.
Get you some. So yeah, I would love that. So
Mhm.
it's interesting because I don't care what line of business you're in, the scent of smell and oils can have a powerful impact on how you show up, as well as how you leave an impression on your clients, mentors, whoever you're working with. And the reason I say that is because essential oils have the ability to reset mindset. Okay, so a lot of times, especially as business owners, one of our biggest obstacles is ourselves. And
Mhm.
so for me, I start my day intentionally. And I know that's something big for you as well, T, because how you start your day is going to really keep the energy for the rest of your day. So I start off with all of my diffusers going. I start my kids' diffusers going. I'll have different things and different diffusers for different reasons.
Mhm.
The beauty of our brain and how it's wired is, did you know the only way to affect the emotional system in your brain is through the sense of smell? It's connected to that olfactory system. And what happens is when you get certain scents or smells, it triggers something in your brain. Sometimes it's a memory. Sometimes it activates you to do something. So one of the examples I always give is when I smell mothballs, I immediately think of my grandfather,
Yep.
because as a child, and he lived on the east side of Detroit for many years and then moved down south. But when we would visit him, each area, he always had mothballs everywhere. So I can close my eyes, I can smell a mothball, and a memory pops up. I can picture him. I can see him walking in his house. I can recall those times. And so when you couple the right sense with your intentions and what you're doing, you're going to thrive. You're going to go so much further. So, especially if you're a coach or you're a mentor, I'm speaking directly to you. If you have other people that you are trying to get them to stop certain practices and reconnect new habits, right? When you couple your gifting with these oils, it's going to leave a more impactful experience for that client. When I was in the beauty industry and I had my own spa, I was intentional about what I would diffuse in the spa. Did you
Mhm.
know that there's certain scents that will trigger in somebody to spend more money? Right? So if you have a boutique or you have something, it creates abundance. It creates a mentality in them because they feel comfortable, they feel warm, they feel invited. So there's so much art when it comes to oils and way you can use them. So I love, love, love also working with small businesses to show them how they can leverage their practice. They can incorporate these beautiful things as a leverage. It doesn't have to be an extra thing. I
Mm-hmm.
know in the beginning for me, I loved my oils. I loved what I did in the spa, but I couldn't quite figure out how they work together, right? So I was like, well, I got these oils over here, but I got this. And so I can either teach a class or I can do, and then I said, no, they come together and this is how they work. And so for many of the people I work with, it works well, and they can enhance what they're doing. So the more touch bases and touch points you have with people, I promise you, you're going to stand out. I promise you, they're going to remember their experience with you. And that's why I love coupling oils in the emotional state of oils. And anytime you find me, I'm going to have them in my pockets. I'm going to have them near me, just because they really do help focus, and they really, really do help to recreate new wavelengths in the mind.
Listen, I love the way you just explained that, where you broke it down, because of the simple fact I'm a new young living brand partner too.
Mhm.
And so for you to just say that, it's just like, it's just amazing to hear that. So I hope you guys are listening,
Yes.
because you need some essential oils. And I do have some. I just have them on the table. So I have to do better and make sure they're sitting next to me, because they just help. And it just, like she said, it just triggers something in you. And I do remember it's this smell. I don't know what it was called, but if I was to smell it again, it will remind me of my grandmother's house, because it was a little old shack. But
Yep.
you are right about those smells, because it just bring back those memories. Some not so good, but some
Yes.
good. And
Yes.
so I thank you for that. So I got a question for you. Are you open to having new people as mentees?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So generally, it depends. I only take on a certain amount of clients at a time,
Mm-hmm.
just because I do want to be very, very, very focused on their success. But currently, I do have some openings for clients, and I'm taking on new people. When I get to my max, I then have my wait list,
Mm-hmm.
where I would be picking up my next session probably in July of people. But I do currently have some openings. I'm taking on more, and would love, love, love to see how I can help. I believe that a lot of the things that I learned, to me, were a blessing. And so I want to give that back to other people, and I want them to have that space.
I love it. So, Dana, just for somebody that might be new to being a business owner, or just a mother, or just anybody, do you have any words of encouragement that you want to leave with them on today?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest thing, especially if we connect that whole the children thing,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things, and I say this all the time, that really moved and motivated me to go hard for my business, is we tell our kids they can be whatever they want to be, but do they see us doing just that? And so as a mother, I have to realize there's certain aspects that are just not going to happen. I hate the word balance, because in my brain, I'm absolute. So I feel like I homeschool my kids. The day has to be perfect with homeschooling. To be balanced, my business has to be flowing too.
Mm-hmm.
When I let go and released that expectation is when beautiful things started to happen. As a mother, you're not going to have balance, and that's okay. But the important thing is to strive for that harmony. So I know on some days my kids are going to be some rock star homeschoolers. They're going to be in and out. They're going to just love life. It's going to be great. In those days, the emails might not go through, and that's okay, because I showed up as a mother today. And then on other days, my business is going to be rock star. I'm going to be having clients and appointments, and they're going to have wins, and it's going to be amazing. And my kids did nothing but play Minecraft all day long, and it's a school year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I know is the days I showed up, there's harmony. My kids aren't going to sit here and say, well, I didn't learn anything, right? So you have to find that flow. Find the flow that works for you. I know one thing that my kids, they're 12 and 8 now. So one thing they know, Mondays and Tuesdays is mommy's bulk work day.
Mm-hmm.
So they take initiative to start their school. They take their initiative to get certain things going, because they know throughout the day, mommy's going to be on calls. Mommy has stuff scheduled. So we don't worry about it. But on the flip side, on some of the other days of the week, they know that mommy has blocked off time, because I'm going to be there for them.
Oh, wait. So, yeah, I hope you guys take heed to what she said. I want to say thank you, Dayna, for being on the show today. I hate that I can't stay on here much longer with you, but I thank you so very much. And guys, y'all make sure you check out Dayna very soon because you are in for a treat. Not only are you in for a treat, you're going to actually learn, you're going to grow, and you're going to move in the direction you want to. And like she said, it's not about the balance, it's just about being in harmony with each other. And so I love that when you said that with the kids in your business, they were just all in harmony as well as yourself. It just makes life so much better. And you said dropping the expectations. So like it's powerful because so many times we gotta do this, we gotta be over here, this person needs to be doing this, and then we lose what we were really supposed to be doing. So I thank you for this.
Yes, yes. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here.
You're so very welcome. So, guys, make sure you tune in next Friday. We'll be back with another great guest the following Friday. So every first Friday of the month, we have a special guest. But I want to thank Dayna for coming to spending time with us, talking about being a mommypreneur, because I feel like that's what she is. Because she's a mom, full-time mom. She homeschools. She does a lot of different things. She's a wife, and it's just she's doing everything she needs to do, and I love it. I love it. So thank you for being an inspiration to women like me and others around the world. And so if you guys are in Michigan, if you guys are in Texas, if your guys are all over the world, make sure you connect to her today, and all of her information will be included in this post. Yeah, take care and have an amazing day. Any final words, Dayna?
No, it's great. Glad to be here. Thank you guys. Look forward to connecting.
Bye, guys. Thank